Welcome to this first module in Statutory Valuation. In this module you'll find that most of the work involves reading the study guide and also beginning to read the textbook. In fact, you'll find that pretty much dominates this course, largely because it is largely the application of legal principles to the question of value and the question of the relationship between the state and the individual regarding real property rights. In this module we're going to introduce the whole issue of land acquisition by the state, what in most cases is understood to be land resumption. And we're going to get you to go back to some of the property law you would have dealt with in other courses to look at really what the relationship is and why the state especially does have a right to resume land, because after all it was the authority that established the real property rights that you had in the first place. We'll also be looking at the way that the Commonwealth government must acquire land, because unlike the state governments it doesn't have any prior title. And so this will give us a bit of a foundation for looking further into the whole question of how resumption is done and the concepts of compensation. You're going to find that there's going to be a theme coming through the modules looking at the question of what compensation should look like, whether it should be just the current market value of the land, whether it should involve some consideration for the new land use that the state is going to use it for, and whether there might be other issues such as the disturbance of one's business or one's enjoyment of the property, which is unique to the property, being curtailed as a result of the resumption or acquisition. However, if you go through this first module, you'll start to have the opportunity to look at the basic issues involved. And as I say, these will be carried on in greater depth as we go through the other modules, and particularly when we're looking at specific state legislation.